Ledge of the Superstition Mountains, Wayne Tuttle. Kind of working my way up through the mountains here today. And interesting story, I actually posted, someone asked me about one of my strangest experiences in the mountains. And actually, that just came to me. Very, very hard to make out. There's a black shadowed figure, looks like with possibly a rifle, standing across on the mountainside about halfway up. I don't know. But as silhouetted up there. Very dark, the only dark figure up on that side. There's no other black, pitch black shadows over there, which recalls a story as I put my back to it. I was coming up, had actually made a trip out to what I refer to as Spanish Graveyard. I think it's called Castle Rock. And went up around that way and worked my way up into Coffee Flat. And working my way across Coffee Flat. And from all the time experiences I've had in the mountains, and there's been a lot of incidents, a lot of different things have happened. This was the only one I would ever say kind of had me always wondering what happened. I came up, I was coming across the area, and I could look off and look over at a ridge. And someone had come up just up to that ridge, and it was about the same distance as what I'm looking at right here. But it was from behind the ridge, and whoever it was or whatever it was seemed to kind of rise up. I kind of adjusted, stopped, and looked, and was trying to figure if it was my changing of elevation made it come into view, or if it actually had moved. It looked like a tree or something very scraggly with possibly cloth hanging off of it. So very scarecrowish. And I kind of looked across and kept staring and kind of looking it down, just trying to figure out what was I looking at. And so had my rifle actually at the time in my hand. So I took my rifle and just raised my rifle above my head, kind of like that. Didn't expect a result, and I got the same thing back from over that way. Of course, at that point I was trying to figure out what I was looking at, because it didn't look like, it just looked like skin and bones with just rags hanging off of it. I couldn't make any features, not much, pretty much like what I'm looking at right now. I'm continuing keeping my eye on. And just kind of threw me kind of like, well, I got to see what this is. What am I looking at? Is this someone? As I started to take my steps forward, I tried to keep my eye on it, and as I was looking down, looking up, and I looked up, and it just seemed to just disappear. Straight into the ground. I don't know if it stepped back, or whoever it was, or what happened. Of course, then I moved quicker, because I thought they might have fallen, or did they just step out of view? I got over, saw nothing, no place to go, do not know what it was. At the rendezvous, a few people expressed they believe they know what I saw. To this day, I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't even make a guess at what I saw. All I can tell you is I call it the Black Stickman. And that's what I saw, was a black stick figure across Coffee Flat. And to this day, I couldn't tell you what it is. Is it paranormal? Really, to me, look at me, I doubt it. But it just seemed something very different, and I have no explanation for what I saw that day. But Wayne Tuttle out here in the wilderness area, and I don't know. Yeah, we make all the jokes about the show and the Black Legion and everything else, and I'll be more than happy to get home and blow up some of these photographs and kind of take a look at what I'm looking at on the ridge behind me here today. So I'm going to kind of get it moving on and end this right now so I can get across and around the ridge and kind of out of view of whatever is across the ridge from me.